speaking of trade talks, Kyle Kuzma, who seemingly has been in trade talks
Yeah,
since
me and
the
Eddie
season
thoroughly
started.
disagree on this topic. On the subject of Lakers, Sacramento, Bogdan, Kuzma. I think a fair, just fair trade straight up, like Kuzma, QC or Troy or Avery, and then plus a second round. That's more than enough.
I agree,
I don't see it.
But you have to understand that they don't have as much leverage as they think.
Sacramento?
They didn't sign him. They didn't extend him. That was their choice.
No, yeah, but he's a restricted free agent.
So if somebody comes out and pays him, and
exactly, they're going to lose him for nothing.
What's a relatively weak free agent class?
They're going to lose him for nothing. Yeah,
but
that's why all these teams were signing guys to extensions because they didn't want him to. They didn't want them to go to free agency and get max offers.
No, I feel like it's twisted here because they have the rights over him. So no matter however much amount of money someone throws at Bogdan, Sacramento can match it.
Theoretically, but they're not going to do it.
If someone steps out on a limb, we'll give Bogdan $20 million. If you're
25.
Sacramento, are you really ready?
They're not
going
to match it.
But then if there's that much interest to match that contract in the offseason, I'm saying I think they can get more interest for Bogdan now. Because it's not just you get Bogdan for this half a season, you get the restricted free agent rights. You get the rights to sign him back above the salary cap if you're a team that trades for him.
But if you're paying above the salary cap, we saw what play out with Brogdon last year. They made their decisions and they couldn't pay him and everyone else. They paid Chris and they paid Bledsoe and they paid Brook and Brogdon had to give.
Maybe Sacramento can't, but I know that just because. But for example, the Lakers, if you try to get Bogdan in free agency, they can't, right? But the Lakers, if you trade for him make it happen.
Okay, but
you can sign him above the salary
Let's talk
cap.
about Kuzma. Okay, he doesn't do as well because he was putting up numbers on a team and wins and games that didn't matter. Fine, whatever. What's Sacramento? Sacramento's been losing too. So you don't think that's enough? Kuzma, QC, or Troy, or Avery Bradley, plus a second?
Well, a second is going to be the 58th pick or the 60th
That's
pick
enough.
in the draft.
That's enough.
Here's my thing. If you're Sacramento, where do you get the greatest value out?
Exactly.
Having the rights to him or and potentially paying him more than he's worth?
And Kuzma has an added year to his contract.
So basically what they're doing is Bogdan for Kuzma. Because, right,
essentially,
the 60th
everything else is
pick
salary
in the draft.
But Kuzma has that extra year on his contract. He becomes a restricted free agent in 2021.
But then it's what if Kuzma doesn't perform and it's you have to
well, we've seen that he can't perform on teams that really don't matter.
It's just I think you can extract more than just if you're Sacramento, you'd rather get a low first, than Kuzma. That's my top. Yeah, you'd rather get a low first round.
No,
pick
Kuzma would have been a lottery pick.
Here's my thing.
If you redid that draft,
what are the odds that you use that low first round pick and get somebody
a player
of
better
Kuzma's
than
caliber?
Yeah?
I think you can go out there. And
No.
I just don't think Kuzma's the player that Sacramento. That's not the chip you trade away for him. Or you get a future, way in the future first, in the 2024.
Yeah, and then they're stuck in this cycle of rebuilding forever, and then De'Aaron Fox gets old. And
you tell me, is Kyle Kuzma going to be a foundational piece on a Sacramento team?
I would make that
I
trade.
think he could be somebody who comes off the bench and gives them buckets, which is essentially what he is for the Lakers right now. But
and so what is Bogdan for Sacramento?
He comes off the bench.
He's the same.
And gets them buckets.
He's the same exact. So you're essentially trading the same exact dude for each other, but now you don't have to pay that
cheaper guy
$20 million
and an added year.
But you get the better guy who you
and
have
a second
the rights
rounder
and the rights.
How much better is Bogdan than Kuzma? Is he
enough for the Lakers to want him?
Here's the thing, right? If Kuzma's making what, $1.5 million, $2 million, something like that.
This year 1.9.
I mean,
so if someone goes out and pays Bogdan $20 million, are you willing to sacrifice that $18 million for the gap between Kuzma and Brogdon?
Okay, well let's say
for a rebuilding team that's not going to be in contention anytime soon.
But once Kuzma gets that first contract, right?
You have to look forward. They're going to pay Marvin Bagley.
Kuzma's not even going to make as much as Bogdan will this offseason, I don't think.
No, I mean, when he hits
next year.
I'm saying
next
year,
year,
when he gets extended, I don't see him as a $20 million player.
He won't, but it's you're saying if you have to pay Bagley, which they might do, and you have to pay other young
they're
talent.
going to.
Okay, they're going
It's going to be De'Aaron, Bagley, and Buddy.
But it's if you pay those players and
your salary cap is gone.
And Vlade Divac is I can't pay Bogdan. It's just not going to happen where give it a year later, they're going to be well, we can pay Kuzma now, but we couldn't pay Bogdan a year ago.
Because you're paying him less.
You would be paying him less.
I mean, like how much less?
Probably
Because like
good 5-6 million.
because if he's
which is a very good player in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, if he's worth that much, then I'm guessing that there's just not that much.
The leverage with losing players to free agency.
We can talk in circles about this all day, but I see both sides to it. But ultimately, I think the better move would be to trade. It's a move that works for both teams.
It's just that like historically in the NBA, having the rights to player is worth like a ton, right? That's why,
it's not just having the rights to a player; it's the quality of player that you have the rights to.
That's true, and Bogdan is a
quality player,
and the risk of losing them in free agency. Like they're gonna lose him.
They can't.
Do you think? Okay,
if they really want him, they can't.
Way.
That's my point.
If the Bucks could go back and trade, knowing what they know now, Brogdon last year, and get something back for him, or lose him in the offseason, what would they have done?
Well, no, they do what they do now because they got 2 first-round picks from it, or they got a first and like a.
Well, they were able to do it through a sign and trade, but
sign and trade.
We're just saying for Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Yeah, how can you be so sure? You're gonna sign and
trade. If Sacramento really wants Bogdan, then they can have him back. That's how restricted free agency.
The whole salary is gonna be gone with 4 players.
If they really want him, and they're gonna pay what anyone else will pay for him, that's a very risky move. Because I'm not sure. I think we're looking at the best of Bogdan right now.
Yeah.
And is that a $20 million player?
I mean, we'll see.
I don't think it. I mean, shoot.
And as a Laker fan, I want Bogdan.
It's a little bias
Bogdan.
Bogdan.
Do you want the Lakers to pay $20 million a year for him going forward?
Yes.
Because
LeBron is going to be gone.
Exactly. The thing is,
and he's going to be
the Lakers
at peace.
are currently in contention right now. So I would pay what it takes to stay in contention. But if I'm Sacramento and I'm rebuilding, why am I paying so much money for a guy that's not making me that much better?
Because basically you lock up that third, like most of that third max slot to Bogdanovic. You got Bron, AD, and then Bogdan.
Yeah. Sure,
but that's like.
Our whole team is made up of
given our team right now, Bogdan makes us better, and it makes us like a better championship contender.
We'll see.